Welcome to NewsNation's Backscroll, where we look back at our major news coverage on the most important topics and personalities of our time.
Taylor Swift, she is changing the game. A lot of fans, a lot of family, arm in arm, just to see her live. This is a huge deal. And she's made a big impact on the economy.
Yeah, definitely. One tour stop at a time, right, Kelce?
It's just crazy, and she does things differently. If you think about it, she plays 44 songs in a 3.5-hour concert.
44 songs.
44 songs, but you've got other artists that are doing just 10 to 20 songs. So, of course, people out there, they're dying to see her. They're willing to shell out the big bucks. And not only is she boosting spirits, but she's boosting economies across the nation.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
One of the biggest pop stars of this generation, Taylor Swift, selling out stadiums across the country on her 52-night, 20-city Eras tour.
Oh my gosh, I love her. I love all of the eras and how she's just been able to put out music for so long.
I am thrilled. I've always wanted to see Taylor in concert, and I haven't gotten to see her before, so I'm really excited. I'm up in the nosebleeds, but honestly, I feel like any seat at a Taylor concert is a good seat.
It's not just Taylor lovers that can't get enough, but it's cities, local businesses, hotels, and airlines that can't either. Her concert's driving up thousands of dollars in the local economy. Swifties flying and driving hundreds of miles to get their Swiftie fix. Fans even paying up to $1,100 per night for a hotel room. Some coining it as Swiftonomics.
I have this thing where I get older, but just never wiser. Midnight's become my afternoon.
Tampa reportedly brought in $750,000 in revenue to the local economy. This past weekend, Chicago feeling the love too. One asking price setting records. A ticket going for a whopping $92,000. Burger bar owner says he's expecting a 40% increase in sales.
We're really excited about all the activity. We're excited about the commerce that's started to come back to the city.
Some restaurants offering Swiftie menus, playing her music around the clock, and even offering a Swift cocktail.
She tweeted a while ago about Empress Gin, the lavender lemonades, and we will be selling those all weekend.
And merchandise is selling through the roof. T-shirts going for $55 and hoodies $75. This Swiftie buying boxes full of Swift clothes.
We paid about $11,000.
I'm sorry?
$11,000. Yes.
Others spending more than $200 on Etsy outfits. Each one of these Swiftie fans dressing to reflect an album.
It's a love story, baby, just say yes.
I don't get it.
It is reported that Taylor could make anywhere between $500 million to $1.5 billion when the tour is all said and done. But not only that, I spoke to one fan who says, if the merchandise costs $200, they're going to spend that money, and that's the reality of it all. These people are die-hard fans.
I just got to understand.
Taylor sets a price.
She's a great songwriter.
Yeah.
She's extremely popular because her writing resonates with the audience, right? But $92,000 for a ticket, I better get a kiss or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
A kiss?
I was thinking
I better get a car and a kiss. I don't know.
A car, a kiss, a house.
Yeah, a car, kiss, a house.
I was taking, because I flew in last night, I was taking an Uber from the airport to my place. And the guy's like, it's a good thing you landed now because the Taylor Swift concert's happening.
The Swifties are coming.
And if you landed another hour from now, it would have been swamped traffic-wise.
Stuck in traffic for hours.
All right, we've got some new disturbing details in that foiled Taylor Swift concert terror plot. The suspects apparently wanted to kill as many people as possible at a show in Vienna, Austria earlier this month. And the CIA announced today that it had intelligence that helped stop those suspects from doing it. Austrian security officials say 2 males, 19 and 17 years old, were inspired by ISIS and were going to use knives and self-made explosives to attack.
They were plotting to kill a huge number, tens of thousands of people at this concert, including, I'm sure, many Americans, and were quite advanced in this.
Swift's 3 sold-out concerts in Vienna were all canceled. More than 195,000 fans had tickets and were planning to go to that. NewsNation senior correspondent Laura Ingalls here with more. Laura, we also know that thousands more fans were gathered just to be outside the stadium and listen in.
That's right.
So there would have been even more victims.
And that was part of this, apparently. And you're right. I mean, we're talking about thousands of people that do congregate outside of the Taylor Swift concerts. They like to tailgate, they like to listen and do the bracelets. But what we're hearing about this alleged plan is actually very shocking and surprising. The deputy CIA director, David Cohen, who you heard there, talked about this failed terror plot targeting Taylor Swift's Vienna concert at an intelligence summit. It happened yesterday, saying those arrested were plotting to kill thousands of people and that their plan was, in fact, advanced. It appears the CIA did play a vital role in stopping that attack. Take a listen.
The Austrians were able to make those arrests because the agency and our partners in the intelligence community provided them information about what this ISIS-connected group was planning to do. And, you know, as a result, you know, hundreds of lives undoubtedly were saved.
It's really scary, especially when you see those photos of one of the suspects. Cohen praised the CIA's work in preventing what could have been a horrific event, adding that counterterrorism successes in foiling attacks typically stay under the radar. We did speak to a member of the CIA today, a spokesperson, who said they couldn't tell us how exactly they were onto this plot, but they are very thankful.
It's not
obviously.
the first time. We warned the Iranians, we warned the Russians that there were plots about to happen in both their countries, and they didn't do anything. And those terrorists attacked and killed people.
That's right.
Wow. That's scary. Thanks, Laura.
Well, here with us now to take a closer look at this new information, I'd like to welcome in former CIA intelligence officer Michelle Rigby-Assad. Michelle, thank you so much for your time. So tens of thousands of potential victims here. What was your initial reaction to this new information about what could have happened at those Taylor Swift concerts?
Well, first of all, I wasn't surprised that it was CIA intel collection because the Austrians are really limited in what they're able to collect by law. And we kind of figured when this all came out, it was probably from the CIA. Now, the claim that they wanted to harm or kill up to tens of thousands of people, I don't know if they had the capability to do that. But at the same time, the amount of fear that they could cause a stampede. And we know it just takes a few people. With the Ariana Grande concert, one individual is able to kill 22 people. So the fact that we have averted this tragedy, we're just so glad that we collected that intel in time.
Yeah, and you know, when you think about kind of the domino effects, you know, saying a stampede, which, you know, not even thinking about all of the other things that can happen that can potentially be dangerous. You know, Michelle, there are so many things always happening behind the scenes, but what goes into making sure huge venues, huge events, like, you know, these Taylor Swift concerts where there are 30,000 people outside of the actual arena, how do authorities make sure that they go off, you know, without a hitch when it comes to security?
It requires everyone working together, everybody at the venue, all the intel organizations working together. Intelligence sharing is the bread and butter of intelligence counterterrorism operations. But what makes this really challenging is that once you have told the world what was being planned, since only a few people had access to that information, you now might not be able to exploit that collection capability in the future. So you have a duty to warn, and you're collecting the intel in order to thwart an attack, but you might have just closed up your capability to collect via wherever we got that information.
Absolutely. From your perspective, what is the hardest part, the hardest aspect of securing an event like this?
Cooperation, communication and cooperation, because it requires so many different police, intelligence, law enforcement agencies to work together, including security on the ground hired by the venue. So it's just a lot of people, and you've got to make sure that you're sending information in the right direction so you don't miss something or you don't miss the red flags.
So how do all of these agencies work together to make sure an event goes smoothly? Because, you know, we're talking about different agencies, we're talking about different levels, you know, of position. We're talking about different languages. I mean, there are just so many different things, and everyone has to work together.
Well, you want to practice before an event occurs. You want to make sure that the lines of communication are very, very clear. And I think this is more important than ever right now because terrorist organizations like to take advantage of chaos and instability. And as in the US, with the elections coming up, that's exactly the kind of situation terrorists want to exploit because our focus is taken by politics and away from security. So we have to really maintain that focus in the run up to US elections.
Absolutely. Michelle, my last question for you, this type of thing, especially as we learn more information, we know it was stopped. It was stopped successfully. The intelligence worked, authorities did what they were supposed to do, but it can certainly make people afraid to go to large events, afraid to go out, have fun. What is your advice?
My advice, well, I tend to avoid big events for this very reason as a former counterterrorism officer. But I like to tell people, you just really need to be aware of your surroundings. You never know when you could be the person to spot the guy dropping a bag and leaving it and walking away from it. So if you should have fun, you should go out into the world, but you don't want fear to dictate your choices. So make sure that you are aware of your surroundings and aware of people. And if you see something that doesn't look right, err on the side of reporting that information to authorities.
I get your take on one other story, though. We have one more for you. And of course, this is about Taylor Swift and her record-breaking summer tour, which has injected an estimated, oh my goodness, I can't take this, $5 billion into the U.S. economy. So what kind of an impact, Paula, is this having on not only the fans, obviously the local community is where these stops are happening, but also the people working on this tour?
Well, here's the deal, Kelly. Taylor Swift gave the biggest bump to every city that she went to. Restaurants, hotels, bars, shops, everyone got a boost. And not to mention Taylor. Taylor got $1 billion out of this. But she is also best boss ever. Oh, to Taylor. Can you believe this? I love this so much. I love her. All her truckers, there were about, 50 truckers who loaded all of her stuff, unloaded city after city. She gave them a life-changing bonus of $100,000 after this tour. And they weren't the only ones. She also then gave all of her dancers makeup, hair, backup singers, everybody got huge bonuses, which I love her so much.
That is so awesome. And, I love what she does for her fans, too. There have been fans who have reached out in really difficult situations in the hospital, and she's written checks. I think it's really a blessing that she's such a wonderful role model.
Oh, I love her. She's my religion. Let's go.
All right, Paula Froelich, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure seeing you.
You too. Rumor mill's swirling.
Yeah, of course it's for real. They've been on 2 dates. They're texting all the time. And you know what I love about this so much?
What?
Is that there's an old saying, life is about timing and lighting, and you can only control one, which is why I never go to a restaurant without a dimmer switch. And he tried to go pick her up earlier at the Eras tour. He made a little friendship bracelet with his number, and he was like trying to give it to her.
Are you serious?
Yes. And
he made a friendship bracelet for
with
Taylor
his number on it.
That is actually cute.
It's cute.
It's adorable.
That's
and
so
and he couldn't give it to her because they were like, no one gets backstage to see Taylor. Get out. They strong-armed him.
Yeah.
So then he starts tweeting about it, and she's like, ooh, he is cute. I mean, come on, look at it.
That's how it happened.
He's a hunk of burning Manning love.
Well, we know you love him. We know you love the Kelces.
I do.
Yeah.
My heart is, and what's even better, his brother got in on it. Check it out. He goes onto this radio station and spills the tea on his own brother. Long, slow clap.
Okay, can we listen?
Mm-hmm.
I think they're doing great, and I think it's all 100% true, and I hope that this soon goes them out. No, I'm joking. I don't really know what's happening. So.
Wow. Good for them, Jason.
How you gonna spill that kind of tea?
100% true. That's a lot of percents true.
And listen, here's the deal. Even if they don't make it down the aisle, because, let's be honest, that's too far in advance.
Yeah.
At least he'll get a song about them.
You know that's right.
You know
she
that's
writes about
down the pike.
Single dude.
It'll probably be a bit about something like balls in the air.
Okay, no,
play in the field.
references.
I love it so much.
Okay.
I can write this song already.
Well, let's talk about Prince William.
Yes.
We love royal news. I'm a royal watcher.
I had friends in New York who saw him. He was acting like a real New Yorker.
I would be so excited.
He was on a
He's
job,
such a good prince.
Okay, the best thing about William is that it's in stark contrast to his brother's visit to New York. So William comes to New York. He's out there. He's like, I went for a jog by myself because, you know, you can do that in New York.
And
It
people
is
don't
not
care.
unheard of. No,
New Yorkers
exactly.
are like unbothered.
Exactly. They're like, oh, Robert De Niro's over there in the bushes. It's fine.
Exactly.
And so he's sitting there, and then he goes out and he's actually talking to people. You guys got to check this out.
Ooh,
I love this clip.
More sound.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true? Did you go running in Central Park this morning?
I did, yes. I decided to join the hordes of New Yorkers doing their morning routine.
Oh, don't you know that felt good for him to just go out for a
He's so
jog?
classy. Why is he making a morning jog so distinguished and dignified?
I love him so
Even
much.
he can do that.
And you know, and it's in direct contrast to his brother, who came and was like, there was this high-speed chase, our life was in danger,
Yeah,
and then we
there's a
see
lot
the
of-
video of them just sitting in the car, like click, click, click.
Yeah. Well, there's a
And-
lot of stark contrast there. Paula, thank you so much.
Well, the hurricanes have left many people without homes or access to food, water, and power. Several celebrities are coming together to provide financial assistance for hurricane relief following the destruction of Helene and now Milton this week. NewsNation senior story editor Paula Froelich joins me live with the scoop there. Paula, let's start with Taylor. So many people stepping up to the plate. So nice to see. Let's start with Taylor Swift. She made a hefty donation.
Oh, yeah. Well, Taylor Swift donated $5 million to Feeding America. Now, just if people watch us, they know that Taylor loves this charity. In almost every city she takes a tour in America, she has donated quietly and anonymously to this charity. So it's quite sweet. And also, they were the beneficiaries of Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, Taylor's best friend, taking a page out of Taylor's book and donating $1 million. Now, Dolly Parton also donated $1 million. Metallica donated $500,000, and it's just really nice to see people kind of taking care of their community.
Yeah, and coming up in that way. Are you hearing any more on your radar about other celebrities who are about to do the same?
You know, I think we should look at the country community because they've already done it. You know, there are a lot of country stars who are actually boots on the ground and lifting out of their wallets. It's a devastating time for people who have never experienced an overland hurricane. I mean, I haven't. That's insane to me.
Yeah, it's been devastating to watch the past couple weeks, and I know those millions of dollars will go a long way. To the next topic, President Donald Trump revealing some news about his daughter, Tiffany, on Thursday.
Okay.
This is exciting for the family.
You know, a Donald Trump rally is fascinating because you never know what he's going to say or if he's going to let something slip. And he did again about Tiffany. So Tiffany got married in 2022 to her husband, Michael. He's quite sweet. He's a Lebanese billionaire who does work in Nigeria. They fell in love. And at a rally in Detroit, there goes Donald Trump. Like, yeah, my daughter, her father-in-law was in the audience, you know, the elder Mr. Boulos. He was like, oh, yeah, my daughter Tiffany is pregnant. And I think she was probably like,
So he broke it. He broke the news.
Yeah.
She didn't even get to share it herself on Instagram or anything with the world.
And no. Yeah.
Oh, how do you think that's going over internally? How do you think that's going over?
I'll be fair. To be fair, I don't think anyone tells Donald anything that they don't want spread around the world.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure she's like, come on, Dad. Come on now.
Oh, she's probably like, all right, let's just tell Dad and he'll make the announcement. Don't worry.
Oopie. Yeah.
Listen, my dad's the same way. You say one thing and 2 seconds later, his church group knows everything. So, okay.
No. Well, I know my dad is watching at home with Parsons right now. He's a lockbox. He wouldn't say a peep. I know it. Hey, Paula, have a great weekend, my friend.
We're actually covering Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Yes.
My staff wore me down on this. I didn't want to do it.
Oh.
I'm interested, but Swift, rumored, of course, to be dating the Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce. Rumored. Clearly is. Can we say is? You think?
I think they both
they are dating.
They both
They are
admitted?
100%
She's already
dating.
written the song about him. Now
All
is it
right.
going to be a breakup or
Their
not?
breakup song,
But
you mean? No.
they've admitted publicly that they're together?
He talks about her on his podcast, so pretty
But I
much
do too.
correct.
And she's
Yeah.
Well,
We
I mean,
all
he
do.
talks about her
Yeah.
in
No, I
the
think-
way of a girlfriend.
All right.
Yeah.
They've attended the games together. It seems to be paying off for the NFL now. Sunday's mashup between the Chiefs and the New York Jets brought in 27 million viewers, including an increase in more than 2 million female viewers. The NFL is capitalizing on it, posting her all over their social media. turning the cameras on her dozens of times during the game, using her music to promote Sunday games. It feels like a lot, even for Travis Kelce.
They're overdoing it a little bit, for sure, especially my situation. Right. I think they're just trying to have fun with it.
They cut to live shots of the suite throughout the game no less than 17 times.
Damn, that's crazy. It's like once a drive.
I love it so much.
The NFL has defended spotlighting Swift, saying we frequently change our bios and profile imagery based on what's happening in and around our games as well as culturally. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce news has been a pop culture moment we've leaned into in real time, as it's an intersection of sports and entertainment. We've seen an incredible amount of positivity around the sport. Here's my question. Short term, yeah, okay, some more female viewers, great. Is this really going to have any long-term impact on the NFL? Meaning, will these new women viewers actually watch other games now? Scotty Nell Hughes?
Let me point out, women are already involved in the NFL. Now,
but this was an increase. I'm not suggesting there are no women who watch. I'm saying there was an increase.
You're excluding a lot of us men who don't watch NFL and are now watching.
Yes, yes.
That's interesting. That's actually interesting.
A lot of sexism here. You've come out of the closet, a Taylor Swift fan.
I'm just
now
saying,
men are allowed to admit that they like Taylor Swift.
The numbers for NBC Sports were 2 million increase in female viewers.
Well, but I think it's more about the youth, necessarily just females. It's young viewers into the NFL. I think that's where they've had a lot of problems.
So is this going to stick?
Yeah. No, it's not going to stick. And what's interesting is that Travis Kelce, on the same podcast that you just played, he kind of said, you know, the NFL's not handling this correctly. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, Travis Kelce, just enjoy it. Nobody knew who you were before this. Your jersey sales have spiked. Listen to this.
Well, we did it.
Google searches,
I'll be honest with you, most women had no idea.
The NFL have gone up 26%. And you know they're going to, I mean, sorry, I don't want to say they're going to break up in a few months, but
if you keep that attitude, they're going to. Let me just point out, that attitude right there is not winning. That is destined for couples counseling.
Oh, there's a Vegas
and a breakup
odds item, I think, on it. But you just played into that meme, triggering so many male football players. You said nobody knew who he was, but every football fan, he's the greatest tight end of his time.
Anyone like me who does not pay attention, excuse me, who doesn't pay attention to sports, which I absolutely do not care about, I was like, who's Travis Kelce? And my husband's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, cool. Everyone's going to forget about him.
But let me just
in my world.
I was at an NFL game. Literally, the Titans were playing on Sunday. I had to text my husband and go, who are they playing against? Like, I go to the games. I love to watch football.
You were at the game and
I was
you didn't know?
It turned out to be the Bengals, or Bengals, whatever, Cincinnati.
You're like a dream girl. You're like.
By the way, of all the teams, the Bengals probably have the most unique uniforms.
Yeah, that's why I like the colors. The orange and black.
I'm really offended by what she just said. Nobody should be able to go to a sports game without knowing who's playing.
I knew the Titans were playing. That's all I cared. I'm very much Brandler. I will be in Oxford at the Ole Miss game on Sunday.
Were there any home runs at the football game?
No, but there was a goal.
Oh, that was cute. You should direct that at me because I.
Let's talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Now he's actually saying all the love the NFL is showing her when she's in the suite at the games is too much. Let's listen.
I think everybody's just like overwhelmed
your feelings
with
for Taylor. What is your honest opinion on how the NFL is treating celebrities at games?
I think it's fun when they show who all is at the game. You know, I think it brings a little bit more to the atmosphere, brings a little bit more to what you're watching. But at the same time, I think
they're overdoing it.
They're overdoing it a little bit, for sure, especially my situation.
You know, people of a certain era may be familiar with the statement, any press is good press. I'm thinking the NFL doesn't really care if fans are hating or not. They're just glad people are talking about them. What do you say?
I kind of love this story. I mean, sure, of course they overdo it, but everyone overdoes everything a little bit. I mean, first of all, Taylor Swift.
Everybody told me.
Well, I will say that, Taylor Swift is bigger than Elvis. I mean, she's huge.
You are saying a lot of things that people could take issue with, that Netflix has more money than God and that Taylor Swift is bigger than Elvis. Elvis, for real?
I go big. Elvis was a hero to most, but I will say that Taylor...
You think Taylor Swift is a hero to all?
Look, I've been to a Taylor Swift concert in 2016 in San Jose, and it was packed with everyone singing every word. It was bigger than anything I'd ever seen. Look, Elvis has his historic role, and Taylor Swift is not historic like Elvis.
You are a Swiftie, aren't you?
It's huge.
You're biased.
Really. I mean, well, here's what I would say. the thing is, the subset of NFL fans and Swifties don't really overlap. So here's this kind of lovely moment where Taylor Swift fans and ardent football fans are kind of commingling. No one's mad. Everyone's getting along. It's this pop culture thing.
No, they are mad. There are fans, there are diehard NFL fans who are saying, cut the cameras, dude. Let me watch the game. I don't care who his girlfriend is.
Some people are going to be mad all the time, no matter what. But I think people that get mad over like a 5-second shot of Taylor Swift
15 times.
Oh, well, so the game on Sunday night, they actually spent more time talking about Zach Wilson, the Jets quarterback, than they did Taylor Swift. He had a good game. So I think people they get wedded to being angry about stuff that doesn't matter. And I think this is that example. People need to lighten up. It's a pop culture phenomenon. It's a fun thing. And, you know, the Bears won last night. People should be happy. You know, Taylor, by the way, also, Taylor is promoting a movie and buying a lot of ad spots during NFL games. So that's another angle here. So the NFL is like, hey, you buy ads on our games. We'll give you airtime. Promote that a little bit. And that's exactly right.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, there are some people who are just tired. They're not mad. They're just tired. They're like, I just want to watch the game. But yes.
I say be happy.
Let's be happy.
Enjoy.
Let's be happy. Let's cheer for love. Let's cheer for unity among football fans and Swifties alike.
It's the harmonic
peace. I now have greater hope in world peace because of your perspective, Colby. Thank you.
After days of issues, Ticketmaster is canceling its public sale of tickets to Taylor Swift's upcoming Eras tour.
Yeah, those tickets were supposed to become available today. Dre Clark is live in New York with fans and how they're reacting. I can only imagine, Dre.
Oh, boy, are they frustrated. Good morning, Adrian and Mitch. Legions of Taylor Swift fans say they were left holding nothing but high hopes after they came up empty trying to buy tickets to her newly announced tour. And their one last chance of maybe getting tickets today was abruptly and swiftly canceled.
Honestly, it reminds me a lot of when airlines oversell seats on a plane, and then all of a sudden you have a bunch of angry people waiting to board.
Ticketmaster said 3.5 million people registered through its verified fan system weeks in advance to get first dibs on buying concert tickets. The company said it only planned to allow 1.5 million people to buy tickets online and sell the rest to the general public.
Tonight, we are hearing from the owner of a Utah theme park that is suing Taylor Swift.
Indeed, that business owner filed the lawsuit over the title of the singer's latest album, which is called Evermore, and that happens to be the same name as the theme park. NewsNation's Ashley Ketz joining us now with his reaction and a look at tonight's other entertainment headlines. Hey, Ashley.
Hi, Marnie and Rob. The owner of Evermore says the title of Swift's new album caught him off guard.
I was pretty disheartened that she was using our brand. We do business as Evermore, that's our brand, and all of a sudden there was Evermore Taylor Swift everywhere.
The owner of Evermore says the name was created with the idea that the park would create a magical atmosphere for guests. Guests can immerse themselves in medieval villages, myths, and legends. The park has been around about 3 years now. Since the news broke about the lawsuit against Swift, the owner says the backlash has been brutal.
Taylor Swift's PR team has gone out and just made me look like the worst possible person on the planet. And we just don't want to be stomped on by a much larger group.
Swift spokesperson released a statement calling the lawsuit frivolous. They also pointed to a report that the park has financial problems and owes millions of dollars to contractors. The owner says he is in good standing with contractors and is making monthly payments.